Is Intelligence Prime Capital stealing passive investors' money? Anyways, all of that coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome to the channel. Please find that big red button and subscribe, and also click on this bell notification icon over here. That way you won't miss out on any important information on this channel. What I do most of the time, as per request by my viewers, is to review stuff. Sometimes I find some good stuff, but more often than not, I found some brutal, nasty scams responsible for stealing billions of dollars worth of crypto from unsuspecting victims. You want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. Get in the know and stay in the know. Also, if you're looking for a legitimate way to earn an income online, be sure to check out my #1 recommended opportunity company that's been around for over 6 years in business. Powerful and lucrative, and even some of the very best training that I've ever seen. Affiliates can earn up to 40 to 60% commissions on the back end. Okay, company owner, very transparent and very well known in this industry. Okay, get access to that. First link underneath this video. Many people have already fired their boss with the information and platform that we have provided. Now, some of you are already promoting stuff, and without traffic to your links, earning potential is dead in the water. Okay, get access to highly converting paid traffic that's affordable to your links underneath this video in the description box below. Second link below. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're talking about Intelligence Prime Capital. Big question mark here. Are they stealing passive investors' money? Okay. Now let me get into it here quickly. There's two groups of people. Number one, the people promoting. That means network marketers. Number two, the passive investors joining. They're joining because network marketers are saying stuff like you could get in and earn passive income without recruiting. So these are the two groups of people with Intelligence Prime Capital. The people who are complaining right now are the passive investors, the people who joined and didn't want to do anything for the income. Okay, these are the people complaining about blocked and disabled accounts. Now, I was on Telegram just about an hour ago. You see, it says February 21 up here, and I'm just reading news to you guys. Okay. These are what the investors are saying, the members of your platform called Intelligence Prime Capital. One person says, "Good morning, all. Please, does anyone have this issue too? MT4 says account blocked. When I try to check today, history." Okay. Other person says mine is disabled too, and then another person says, "Yep, mine too." Another person comes and says, "Did you get it fixed?" That's at 2:30 a.m. Then there's a problem here of drained and deactivated accounts. Person says maybe. So one person says maybe it will come back later, and then second person is pissed off. They're like, maybe? Exclamation mark. They should put a question mark there. But anyways, this is what it looks like. Big question mark there. Then another person comes back and says account deactivated. So why is this happening? Usually this kind of stuff happens. Well, how it works, I see a lot of newbies saying stuff like, "Oh, Rory, it's legitimate because, they're paying out." Something that's paying out doesn't mean it's legitimate, right? If something's paying out, if these guys are smart, they will pay you out in the beginning. And they're only paying you back your own money that you yourself invested. And it's dependent on network marketing recruitment. Once recruitment dries up, the scheme will collapse and exit scam. And that is what I'm thinking is happening here. I'm only speculating, right? This is my opinion. I advise all of you to go out there and do your own due diligence and research. But this is basically what I'm seeing from the outside looking in. I'm not going to go and invest my money into a Ponzi scheme. I call it a Ponzi scheme. There's no products or services, no retail whatsoever. They claim that there's MT4 live trading account proof. I checked it out. It seems to be bogus information. It's not hard to fool people. I even have a blog post. I'll show you it in just a moment on how people are getting tricked. Okay. Now, I reviewed Intelligence Prime Capital back in January. I didn't recommend it. If you just click this link here, it's going to open up. Didn't recommend it here because the CEO and COO are both fabricated identities. Okay, CEO is just a paid actor reading off of a script. COO was Mr. Walton Stefan, and it turns out that they were trying to pretend that they were actually this real person here, Stefan Walter, who is a real guy in the finance industry. Okay, so there was so much red flags here, including a fake address. They were using the Toronto Star's address, right? These guys are not even in Canada. Most likely they're out in Russia. Okay, and I'm seeing even some of their network marketers coming back and saying, hey, Rory, how do you explain FinTrack, right? And MSB. Well, look, guys, here, this explains it quickly. Obviously, you FinTrack is a cock and bull story if they're going to let a platform with a fake CEO and COO register with them. So, I don't know, guys. FinTrack is not that credible. Neither is MSB. Then I seen a lot of network marketers coming back and saying, oh, Rory, how do you explain the ACIS? Or is it ASIC? Anyway, Australian Securities Commission, ASIC. And then when I checked, I'm like, they're not even registered with the ASIC. But even if they were, did you guys remember Barax? Barax was a bigger Ponzi scheme that was registered with the Australian Security Regulator, ASIC, and even exit scammed. And after the exit scam, the ASIC went out and said, oh, Barax, just because they were registered with us, doesn't mean they were a sound business model. And then they issued a fraud warning on Barax after they exit scammed. This is what you guys are dealing with here. So some of you are like, oh, we don't care because the banks are evil. You know, in Canada here, I would say, yeah, the banks are evil because we've got our crime minister, Justin Trudeau, who was having a war with the Canadian Freedom Fighter convoy. And then he went out, declared a fake state of emergency, which is he's going to get backlash on it. And then he went and froze the accounts of some of the people who were donating money to the Freedom Convoy, which is totally illegal, right? In that sense, that is a scam. But aside from that, I'm thinking that still the banks are still safer, right? They're Illuminati owned, New World Order owned. Some people call them the elites. I don't call them elites. I call them shitbirds. That's what you should call these elite people that people keep referring to, because elite means more superior, and those ass clowns running the planet are not superior to anyone. But still, it's just my perspective that I would rather put my money in a bank, even if they pay shit ROI, than to give it to anonymous scammers in Russia that are going to run away with the lion's shares of my invested money once this thing tanks. And there is a finite number of people that are going to invest here. Okay, and what's going to trigger a collapse? Well, investor fraud warnings. Right now they've got Russia and Canada, right? British Columbia, Canada, there's a fraud warning against this platform. There is going to be more. And when investors see that kind of stuff, like fraud warnings against Intelligence Prime Capital, they say like, holy shit, too much risk here. I'm going to go give another platform my money, and this one here looks too risky, and it triggers a collapse once you can't get enough people in, because they got a whopping compensation plan. You got to pay all the affiliates, they got to pay themselves, right? Because that's why they created the platform. But there's no revenue going into the platform aside from network marketing recruitment. So basically that is why today you're seeing these issues of blocked and disabled accounts, as well as drained and deactivated accounts. Okay, money's drying up, guys. Okay, maybe it's going to balance itself. hopefully somehow magically, right? But when you start seeing these type of issues starting, it's an indicator that the platform is in the process of collapse and then eventually exit scam. Okay, so I don't recommend it. Didn't recommend it back in January. Definitely after seeing this, don't recommend it now. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's your decision, your money. Do with it what you guys want to do. It's your own decision. Anyways, I'm just sharing information, creating content. Hopefully you enjoyed this video here today. If you did, please like and share this video. Also, if you didn't subscribe, also be sure to do that. And before you go, if you're still looking for a legitimate way to earn an income online, something set up for the long term, be sure to check out my #1 recommended way to earn an income online below. First link in the description box. And if you're looking for traffic, second link underneath this video. And of course, the blog post will be there as well. Thank you guys. I will see you on the next one. Take